to the Black and Yellow Podcast, where we discuss all things Pittsburgh Steelers. I am getting this to you guys probably a little bit later than you would have wanted. It's currently 8:12 on p.m. on Saturday as I'm recording, so this should be out by probably before 9. This is the Week 3 pre-game prediction and preview. I think the Steelers would bounce back. They always do. They always have that one bad game and then they bounce back and they kind of fall apart in the end. But that's for a little bit later down the road. Let's start out with the injuries. For the Steelers, Deshaun Elliott, Alex Highsmith, Isaiah Loudermilk, and Joey Porter Jr. out. Derek Harmon is questionable. I think all the other guys that were dealing with stuff last week are good to go. For the Patriots, it is looking like Gonzalez is going to be out, with a couple other guys questionable to play. All right, let's get into the Patriots offense. At left guard, left tackle Will Campbell, left guard Jared Wilson, center Garrett Bradbury, right guard Mike Onwenu, and right tackle Morgan Moses. At quarterback, Drake May, wide receiver Stephon Diggs, Kayshawn Boot, and Demario Douglas. Running back, Ramondre Stevenson, and tight end Hunter Henry. Edge, Keon White. Defensive tackle, Milton Williams. Other defensive tackle, Christian Marmore. And another edge, Harold Landry. Keon White is questionable with an illness, but I think it's looking like he's going to be good to go. Christian Gonzalez is out, like I mentioned. So he's a corner. He's their number one corner. And then you have Carlton Davis, Marcus Jones, and then at safety, Jalen Hawkins and Craig Woodson. Linebackers, Robert Spillane and Christian Ellis. Okay, so let's get into the keys to victory for your Pittsburgh Steelers in this game. I think they just need to reset. Just, kind of like flip the script, reset, try to keep working at the defensive side of the ball, keep working at the offensive side of the ball, keep going at really about everything, keep improving the run game defense, use some of your additions. Jabril Peppers should be playing a little bit more. Keyshawn Williams, who we just picked up off of free agency. Both of those guys on defense are supposed to be really good with the run game. So get those two guys going and active. And just reset and just go play football. Unfortunately, I won't be able to watch tomorrow. I got some stuff going on. But I'm going to follow it as much as I can. Watch a lot of the highlights and get some word from other people to give you guys a post-game. I'm going to try to be a little bit better with getting the post-game a little sooner. Just the way things work out during the week, it's really hard to get it out. Okay, so more keys to victory. Just like the same as always, you gotta get to Drake May, and even more with him being a younger quarterback in year 2 or 3. He's going to make mistakes if you get to him. So I think if you can keep getting to him, then you'll force him into making decisions, which will force him into throwing picks and other turnovers. Keep improving the run defense. Try to limit big plays. Use some of your newer guys to get there. On the offensive side of the ball, just keep on feeding Jaylen Warren. He had a fantastic game the other day with that big 75-yard, I guess you could say reception, but it was kind of more of a run. So just keep on giving it to him. He was a standout player for us last week. One thing we didn't see as much, and the game wasn't televised for me, so I didn't really get to see it at the time, but there wasn't a lot of play action for the Steelers. And I think if they can get back to the play action, some of like the stuff, like for an example, the touchdown to Ben Skowronek, the first touchdown of the year. It was a fake handoff to whoever it was, running across the field and kind of laid it in there. They didn't, from what I heard, they didn't do much of that at all against Seattle. So I think if you can get back to that, that's how we scored a lot of touchdowns and got a lot of receptions. I don't know if they didn't trust the offensive line or if the looks weren't there. Rodgers maybe didn't have a great game. So I think if they can get back to that, that will be crucial. The next one I'm going to cover, avoid dumb mistakes, obviously. Some of the mistakes that we had last week, specifically the one with Caleb Johnson, was something that we can't have. Normally, those are the kind of mistakes that we see the Steelers forcing other teams to make. But unfortunately, the Steelers were the ones. We're the ones that were making those mistakes. That one in particular. All right, that is all I have for keys to victory. Not much. The Steelers, there's really no excuse for them to lose this game. Like they need to win this game. Like there really isn't any ifs, ands, or buts about it. If they don't win this game, then this is when you can start looking at working Will Howard into getting him healthy. And I think it's still a little bit too soon. But I think if they don't have a legitimate winning record by at least 2 games, by like week 7, 8, maybe 7 a little bit, like 8, 9, like week 8 or 9, 10 at the latest, that's when I think you start working Will Howard in. But let's be a little bit more hopeful, a little more positive. My score prediction for this game, we're going to go 17-10. And it's going to be low scoring, and the offense is going to struggle again, but I think the defense is going to come back and really beat up on Drake May. Leave your score predictions in the comments below, and I'll get this uploaded as soon as I can. Peace.